Ooh, I guess we could get off of that, all of the other stuff, and then just kind of pop up here and see what's going on with that. And thanks DLive team for the welcome. I appreciate that. We finally got the thing to actually go live, so that's perfect. So there's the next thing. Blue and her best friend Amanda Jean Baker. It looks like somebody on a WordPress website very recently on the 16th apparently posted up a very interesting article talking about Eliza Bleu's very elusive friend with the lockdown Twitter account that got Brittany Venti suspended from Twitter allegedly. Well, she's the girl that's claiming responsibility for that, but it was obviously a multi-person or multi-pronged operation. Yes. Yeah, obviously. So yeah, it says TLDR, Amanda Jean Baker publicly bragged about going after Brittany Venti, which led to ongoing illegitimate censorship actions by her Eliza Bleu self, and was later discovered to be much more intertwined with Eliza Bleu and possibly a wider range of nefarious modus operandi than anyone originally realized. Now, listen to the podcast for context. Okay. Which podcast are we talking about? Oh, yeah, this one.
Today on the podcast, I sat down with Amanda from the Lioness Project. According to their website, the Lioness Empowerment Project was created to give hope to women who have suffered from trauma and are preparing to create a new life. We know these women are capable of living self-sufficiently and of reaching their biggest goals. LEP is here to offer guidance, encouragement, planning, and seed funding to make their dreams a reality. The world can be changed one life at a time, and each woman we raise up brings her community out across all the social media platforms. And I don't think I've ever felt so loved.
Amanda Jean.
Honestly.
Oh, good. Yeah, I had to get to you. So I went through Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and everywhere I could find you.
You freaking ordered something off my website.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I left a message.
I thought, okay, I will talk to this person. They obviously have something to say to me.
God damn, this bitch is, their fucking shit is loud.
I remember. Actually, when we first started interacting, and I told you this before, but I'm going to say it again. I felt really intimidated by you. Because I was like, oh, she's so pretty and smart and fun. And she's probably way cool to be friends with me. And so it just meant an extra amount of.
Okay, yeah, we're not watching this fucking thing. I'll die. Anyways, both the aforementioned individuals exceedingly went to great lengths for the attempted internet anonymity. This is a perfectly good and healthy thing to do unless you are doing nefarious and deceptive reasoning and it affects other people. There has always been and continues to be a righteous path for redemption. Based on the evidence we have inadvertently come across that there is likely many Eliza Bleus, so stay vigilant. The reason that we're discussing this is because of the blatant, seemingly vitriolic, hateful pursuit of censorship against various social media personalities such as Brittany Venti, The Quartering, and many others. The people responsible for this seemingly caused a great deal of financial and reputational harm to them and the community, and honest, legitimate work in the fight against human trafficking, among other things. Interesting. So we now know her backstory and we know what's going on. Ooh. So Eliza Bleu of Cordova, Illinois met Amanda Jean Baker of Hinton, West Virginia on local sometime in 2020, as far as we are aware of, and developed a strong bond together. Amanda posted on the locals page, traveled to events together, and seemed to have run the Eliza Bleu Twitter account together. Or Amanda seems to have contributed a great bit at the very least. They were both friends, business partners, and allies in the pursuit of success in one way or another. Eliza even referred to Amanda as her assistant many times. Amanda may very well have deliberately positioned herself into that role, but we'll get to that later. We are seemingly certain that there's dishonesty involved with the Eliza Bleu story, but what about the Amanda Jean Baker story? Little is known about Amanda Jean Baker's early life and childhood, other than that she may have been originally from a town called Kannapolis, North Carolina. She's the mother of 2 children, and with one being college age, her fiance allegedly and unfortunately committed suicide a few years back. Yeah, That sucks. Interesting. Wow, they actually have pictures of her in an army uniform. So yeah, we'll have to keep looking at this one. The earliest glimpse of who a managing baker really is starts with her military career in the U.S. Army. She's a disabled U.S. Army veteran that served between 2002 and 2011 for approximately 9 to 10 years. She attended the University of Phoenix for healthcare administration with a focus on electronic health records. She attended University of North Carolina for film and cinema and video studies. She worked for the Hinton Hope Foundation from 2016 to 2020 as a board secretary, which is a community program to help improve the lives of local residents through programs, scholarships, entertainment, and emergency funding. She was also a board member of the Warrior Women United from 2018 to 2019, an organization that benefits women who serve in various fields of duty such as military, veteran spouses, law enforcement, and first responders. She opened up and now closed the storefront called the R&R Gallery with a much older male veteran from the local town of Hinton, West Virginia that sold veteran-made items from 2017 to 2020. And it was or still is a trustee for a local museum of veterans and military affairs in Hinton, West Virginia. She's been employed since 2019 as a senior director of marketing at an organization called Lionheart Trauma Support Services in Lexington, Kentucky, which apparently recently filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and was a co-owner of an organization called the Lioness Empowerment Project with the founder of previous Lionheart Trauma Support Services since 2020. Until now, there's no evidence to suggest it exists anymore after December of 2022. Interesting. And then she even owned an art gallery before that. Wow, that's crazy, Monkey Savant. All of this makes Amanda Jean Baker seem like a wholesome and honest individual who wants success and to help others, but it seems to have transformed into something dark around 2020. It all starts around the time of the founding of Amanda's Lioness Empowerment Project, which she claims to have been the product of the pandemic and concurrent lockdowns. The official Kentucky filing for the business registration was filed on April 10th of 2020, which sounds familiar as it's also Eliza Bleu's story that led into becoming a self-proclaimed human trafficking survivor advocate. Was it an act of desperation for both of them? Maybe Amanda was an honest individual who wanted to help people, including Eliza, or maybe Amanda saw an opportunity to exploit Eliza to perform or as a way to promote herself and her newly found organization. Enter into the tweets. Pretty cool. After our interview with Josh Denny and collaborating with the Lioness Empowerment to do a fundraiser, some organizations focus on women's service exclusively. Same with men. No worries. Keep me updated. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for all for viewing Survivors Around the World. Gnosis, E-Law, Lioness Empowerment, all the Epstein survivors, including VRS Virginia, and blah, blah, blah. Teresa J. Helm for all the support this year. Oh, yeah, but then she's just linking her locals. Interesting. Closed due to COVID, along with The Roof with Annie. It's like all of the people around this girl seem to be all kind of really strange and fraudulent. But it does seem that we have a Lioness Empowerment thing very popped up. They have the project going, lionessempowermentproject.org. Ooh, let's see. If I go to lionessempowermentprojects.org, how weird is it that, remember when we were buying the Troy modeling or Helen Troy modeling website, when we were researching the Who Is registration and looking on the Wayback Machine, it was also a website that was on Wix. Isn't that interesting? That seems very interesting. Almost like they could have been on the same exact hosting account or something like that. But who really knows? Not me, actually, but I would look at it and try to figure it out, right? So let's see. Let's try to post this into here and get ourselves a little quiz information to see who owns that. Huh. It looks like it's fully owned by a particular company. Well, it looks like it's owned by Wix, actually. That's what it looks like. It says that it was updated at once. Let me look at this, make sure my shit's not showing. Okay, cool. So yeah, it says client transfer prohibited for the domain status. It's on Wix DNS. It was registered or the expires registration on 4/28/23, and the last time that it was updated was 2022 on 4/8. So it was created 2022 4/28. So right after this whole entire thing. Wow. Kind of seems like very strange, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit strange, actually. And then we must be getting somewhere because somebody in the chat seems to be getting pretty crazy. And you can see right here, 100% of the donations made to Lioness in Power go to Survivor to help the start of their first business. Oh, really, Eliza? Were you the first business that was going to get the donations and shit? So if we take this and then we go to the Wayback Machine. I mean, but the odds that there was ever anything up there, probably pretty good. They'll go to 2020. But interestingly enough, no snapshot, no snapshot, no snapshot, only one snapshot. So September, right after they started it. And if you see where it says green indicates redirect, that means that the page was being redirected somewhere else. So originally, this is what it looked like as of October 31st, 2020 for the Lioness Empowerment Project. Very weird. Open for business, eh? And they were selling artwork, t-shirts, hats, and they were using a Gmail. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's really showing too much, does it? But it does give us at least a little bit of an understanding, because if we go to the next version over from December 18th, it says it's a redirect, but it's basically the same thing, right? Looks like somebody updated it a little bit. So this was the website that this chick was running. So let's try to jump to the next one that is available. Now we got donations and stuff, and this is as of April 3rd of 2022. You can see that they had donation buttons, although when I'm hovering over the button itself, it's just seemingly going to the Empowerment Project. So let's see. Yeah, so it's like weird. The button is just going to itself. Like both of these buttons are actually. So either that's like a mistake in somebody building the website or something like that. Let's see. But here it actually does have it. Lioness Empowerment, product page, empowered vintage cap. So I mean, I'd probably have to guess that this was some type of WordPress webpage, and it doesn't look like they actually archived any of it. So let's just go back here. We'll just jump back here, go to URLs, and then see what actually they got for it. They get the robots. We got partials for Wix Thunderbolt, so that's basically like the Wix stuff right there, and then the About Us. And it looks like they only got one capture of that one. So let's take a look at it before it got taken down. Sometimes when you're just going through it live like this, it's almost better. But yeah, it looks like it's always already on the Wix thing. And it was only saved January 28th of 2023. So that just tells us that not that much. You can actually see right here with the twos. Or here, they only got... These URLs have nothing because they're all going to the Wix page now. And then we have just basically these two, and then just a few updates to the website itself. And overall, there's only 6 unique versions of the page, so they only changed it 6 times. Probably to add like donation URLs and shit. Interesting. Very interesting to me. So we already know that Eliza Bleu is easily discredited. She likely was not a victim of human trafficking, even though she may have been a victim of some sort, even if it was to herself. A victim of what or who, though? We surely hope she's received and is receiving professional help. No one deserves to be a victim. Just a quick reminder, we would not be discussing any of Eliza Bleu, just humbly backed away from any wrongful censorship of anyone and apologized and remedied the damage she has done, but she did not do that, possibly because she appears to have hastily built mountains of lies with multiple aliases: Eliza Mortland, Eliza Cuts, Eliza Sipe, Eliza Knows, and now Eliza Bleu. Yep, that's right. Look at that, December 23rd of 2020. We got 1, 2, and 3, all of them together, coming together for their survivorship. Again, as far as we know, Eliza Bleu and Amanda Jean Baker met on Locals in 2020. This also happens to be the same year that Eliza Bleu officially proclaimed herself to be a human trafficking survivor advocate. On August 5th of 2020, when she started to repeat the exact phrase over and over with mentions of merely being a self-proclaimed advocate for survivor as of January 2020, and also included survivor advocate in the few months following. She did not mention human trafficking survivor advocate, or she mentioned human trafficking survivor advocate on July 3rd of 2020. You can get a lot of information when it comes to vocabulary. As far as Eliza Bleu, it appears that she was likely driven to the mere topic of human trafficking and happened to stumble upon various communities and discussions on Locals during her work in campaigning with Andrew Yang in January of 2020. After all, January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, right? Damn. We already know Eliza Bleu is... Wait, right here. The connection between Amanda Jean Baker and Eliza Bleu may very well have been made in the libertarian communities and discussions on Locals, also as they were both self-proclaimed libertarians. We also know Eliza Bleu is possibly a dishonest person with a likely artificially manufactured human trafficking past that met with circles and diverse in discussion when questioned or challenged. Amanda Jean Baker seems to be a proud, upstanding veteran of the United States Army who just wants to succeed and help people. The ultimate questions are: who took advantage of who? What did they both take advantage of each other? And was it a mutual partnership in deception? Interesting. Yes, I grift by working for free and helping people. The sneak is not mentioning where to donate either. That's how you really push the scam. Interesting. For further perspective on Amanda Jean Baker, to put her in her context, please listen to her speak in her own words. Okay, let's see how long. What is this one? Is this again? Oh, that's her.
We did some paperwork, and here it is. So that part's always really exciting because it's that first step, and it's not very difficult. It just takes the time and motivation to do it. And then they get that instant reward of like, I'm a business owner. Like, it's official. My name's on the paper. Here we go.
It's official.
That's super exciting. I want to go back to that period of time between when you realized you were going to have to shut down your gallery and then you started to open this new thing. What were some of the things you told yourself or focused on?
Up a new thing.
Anything along those lines to keep you moving through?
Well, I also was really sick at the beginning of the year. Like, I got coronavirus and had some complications. So I was in the hospital for a couple months and everything was shut down anyway. But as I was...
Oh, damn, Meridic Fusion. Thanks for that super chat. It has been like an hour since we got $1. So thank you for that $2. Generosity right there. I know somebody dropped a big super chat on us, but we still appreciate that $2 just as much as we appreciate that $50, baby. We appreciate you. Thank you for your money. And now all the rest of you, chop.
I was getting back home and like healing from that.
Oh no, I'm not listening to this right now. Finding a mark person victim to Griftoff is managing Baker's modus operandi? Is this how she found her job at Lionheart Trauma Support Services? Is this how she found a partner to open up R&R Gallery storefront? By simply being noticed and positioning herself as a helpful individual? It is not exactly clear, or it's not exactly clear exactly what happened to her storefront R&R Gallery. It appears that either she or her business partner were unfortunately run over by a car. What the fuck? Seriously? That's in 2019. That's weird. Due to injuries from being run over by a car, I will not be able to keep the physical store open. I will be open during the Railroad Day weekends, and any one of my artists are welcome to set up for free. PM me, blah, blah, blah. After the weekend, R&R Gallery will be laid to rest. The Eagle's Nest will be open online soon. Thank you for your support, and I hope to see someone use this beautiful space we built. One thing is for certain, Amanda Jean Baker used her technical know-how and capabilities to circumnavigate the internet to wrongfully and spitefully censor various individuals and social media influencers, such as Brittany Ventry, The Quartering, Manuel Defango, and so many others, and caused undue financial and reputational harm. Yes, that's what happened. I mean, I guess if you want to be a lawyer about it, fucking Jesus. Not only did it cause harm to them and other social media personalities and regular people on the internet, their Twitter and YouTube accounts were affected in a variety of ways, possibly including, but not limited to, privacy claims, copyright claims, account lockouts, account suspensions, video takedowns, and more. I'm also reporting this for non-consensual image. You did not have to post that screenshot, you salty hoe! Yeah, I remember that shit. So, Monkey, you say that she started Lionheart and it closed to COVID lockdowns and not getting run over by car. No, see, R&R Gallery was the one that closed because somebody got run over by a car. Lionheart got shut down because of the lockdown. Yeah. Amanda Jean, Venti has no value. She deserved it. I'm proud of it too. I'm the one who did this to Venti. Damn, bitch. You really want to get into beef with Benny? That ain't smart. That's not what happened. She posted screenshots of her YouTube video. She didn't have permission to post those images. She didn't read the Twitter to US. That's not my problem. Cry more. I don't want any low-energy T-sips. That trash hoe to have it to say either. This is muted. Cry into the wind. Yeah, her gallery didn't close down to lock. Her gallery didn't close down to that. Says right here, due to injuries from being run over by a car, we can't keep it open. What do you mean? You crazy person? Just fucking read it. We literally just fucking read it. Was this originally Amanda Jean Baker's idea or Eliza Bleu's? Were they both mutually complicit nonetheless? Would not be discussing this right now if the censorship never happened or Eliza Bleu simply would have backtracked, remedied the problems, and she and Amanda Jean Baker had caused and then apologized. Another thing to remember is that we have two people who have made money from speaking engagements and donations to someone that proclaimed human trafficking survivor advocate. Eliza Bleu, who gained prominence by posting links to various websites around the internet, photos and videos, among other things, about human trafficking and building up social media followings to help Amanda Jean Baker. Did they help people? Maybe. Did they bring attention to issues? Looks like it. Did they cause harm with those issues? Maybe. Did they mislead people? Looks like it. Did they trample over people's rights? Looks like it. Did they wrongfully accept donations? Looks like it. Did they cause harm to the credibility of actual victims of human trafficking? Looks like it. Did they wrongfully censor people? Looks like it. Yeah. And I get it. What you're saying is that the gallery or whatever was closed down due to COVID because that's what she says in the interview. So then the post on Facebook isn't true. So it basically just shows that this bitch is kind of a liar, if you ask me, because she's lying about things. because she's got multiple stories. Or maybe she didn't post the Facebook thing and it was the other guy that got ran over. But does that seem likely? No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem likely at all. So we could go on all day about all this in a gigantic, intricately woven, discombobulated web of dissension and wrongdoing. We welcome you to take this information and present it any way that helps you spread the word, repost it, rewrite it, quote it, make videos, podcasts, create an infographic, screenshot it, whatever your creative little heart desires. We did not reach out to Amanda Jean Baker or Eliza Bleu for comment, as we respect their tradition. Damn. Who's this bitch? I don't know who this bitch is, but I like this bitch. It definitely reads like a woman wrote it. Definitely not a man. But it's just somebody put this together and made a blog post about it. And I guess they have like more on their blog. Let's see if we can actually see what else is here. Nope, there's only literally one post on the blog. And it just says, Ed this am... Or maybe it's Ed this Masteroni, or I don't know. Ed this a Master Oni. Ed this a Masteroni. So yeah, who really knows? Yeah, dude, like who really fucking knows what's happening with this particular piece of shit? I don't know. But it definitely seems highly suspect to me. It definitely seems pretty crazy, if you ask me. And we're the moral and honest Griftcast, so you know, very weird. This this user basically just looks like they re-edited a post on here. They only have one post on this entire thing, but I guess it does ask some very interesting questions. And this has been the first time that we've ever gotten any information on Amanda Baker in the entire thing. So